Good morning. Welcome to a public and premium video forecast discussion for Friday, August 12th, 2022. I decided to do a combo video because there's a lot of interest in the potential for rainfall for next week. I want to explain some of the factors involved in this potential rainfall, and of course, the reason why it's so important is that it's been so dry. In fact, one of my Twitter followers was saying, hey, it's almost like as if it's winter where everyone's tracking the storm just to see whether or not we're actually going to see rain. So yeah, it's been dry, and so everyone is very interested in the potential for rainfall. And of course, that's going to impact the forecast for Monday and Tuesday, from everything from driving conditions to your high temperatures. So certainly something to keep an eye on. So we're going to definitely cover that this morning in more of a technical detail, just so you have an understanding of the forecast heading into next week. First, we got the tropics, so literally nothing is going on. Did have a tropical wave, which is right here, that we were keeping an eye on. It never developed a low-level circulation. It almost had a mid-level circulation, but that has collapsed, and the vertical wind shear and dry air has pretty much torn this apart. The intertropical convergence zone has some flare-ups here, but nothing really immediately on the way to development. When we take a look at our current conditions, we have a cold front that is dropping off the coast. We still have some overcast cloud cover right along the coast. Could see an isolated shower still pop up right along the coast. We still have some radar reflection, which will show showing the potential here for some rainfall, but really I'm not expecting much. Notice the dew points though. Okay, we're in the 50s and 60s along the coast, which that in itself is absolutely beautiful. But then you move towards the interior and you have dew points in the mid 50s. And the reason why that's so important is that lowers your humidity and it just makes everything far more comfortable. Temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s in your suburbs, lower 70s in your urban areas and along the immediate coast, with a north-northwesterly wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So when we take a look at the latest surface again, you can see the dry air building in, and you can see high pressure building into the region from the Great Lakes, providing excellent weather conditions. Not really looking for any type of severe weather or anything of that nature for the next couple of days. Very pleasant weather conditions are expected. And you can see on the radar and surface map, here is our cold front pushing off the coast. There's the majority of our rain pushing away from the region. Again, I can't rule out an isolated shower passing through southern New Jersey this morning, but other than that, it's going to be a pretty quiet day as skies clear from north to south. Taking a look at our visible satellite picture, you can see that pretty clearly here. Clearing skies are pushing south, so there's our overcast cloud cover along the coast. Sunnier skies are on the way for this afternoon, and on the infrared satellite picture, you kind of get a nice look of the overall pattern here, and you can see kind of a trough here, right? And you can see the cold front pushing off, and it's going to kind of stall out here. But the real story is in the water vapor satellite picture. This really tells you everything. Okay, here's our western Atlantic ridge. Here's our trough. And notice it's a positively tilted trough. Now, what's going to happen is that this trough is going to basically sit here and run up against the western Atlantic ridge, and you're going to get these little short waves dive south into this trough. And while that's happening, initially we have plenty of dry air in place. Nothing's really going on. But by the time we get to Sunday night, a stronger shortwave comes in and starts to close off what we call an 850 millibar low. We can see that very nicely here in the model guides here. Okay, so here we are at 500 millibars. You see a trough in place, pretty quiet, right? And then we get towards Monday, and notice we got a little bit more lifting over the region and a little bit more of a closed upper level low over basically central New York, and that's by Tuesday. You still see plenty of lifting still continuing on through Tuesday evening and to Wednesday. So we have this broad upper level low at 500 millibars basically forming over the region. So that's going to lower your 500 millibar heights, cool the atmosphere a bit. But take a look at what's happening at 850 millibars. Okay, so we get to the same point here, and you see on Monday a 850 millibar low tried to close off around Virginia. and then it moves towards the Delmarva, and then it finally establishes itself by Wednesday morning off the coast. That process leads to what we call a low-level jet. So we go to the next map here, and okay, so here we are at 72 hours, and you see this forming right here. That formation drives moisture from the Atlantic into the coastal plain and produces a transport from the Canadian Maritimes with cooler air, so you get a thermal gradient setting up. And you can see that very nicely here in this guidance right here. Take a look at the temperatures. See how they kind of cool down? Because you get that transport coming in from the Atlantic, so you get some frontogenesis, you get some thermal gradient here, so you get some isotropic lifting involved here. But all of that is dependent on the development of this jet stream. So if this doesn't develop as expected, as seen on some of the guidance here, then you won't get that widespread rainfall. Now, I still like the idea of an easterly fetch. I'm just not convinced yet of winds pushing up around 30, 35 knots at 850 millibars. If it does, then it produces enhancement and produces strong lifting, and that leads to an area of moderate to heavy rainfall over basically southeastern Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia metro, central and southern New Jersey, and also will lead to coastal flooding threats too, because you're going to have that persistent easterly wind at the coast too. We already have coastal flood advisories out for about 1 foot inundation, so that certainly will be a threat as well. But we don't get the widespread rainfall without that jet stream evolving, and there's some differences in various models on how that jet stream forms, when it forms, and how strong it gets. And those three factors all influences the forecast. So the best way to go about this right now is to basically say, look, scattered showers for Monday and Tuesday. There's a chance for some heavier downpours, but I wouldn't go much more beyond that in terms of details until we get better data on exactly what we're dealing with this low-level jet. So for today, clearing skies from north to south. Look for temperatures to rise into the mid to upper 70s over the interior, lower to mid 80s along the coast. For tonight into tomorrow, clear skies are expected with low temperatures in the lower to mid 50s over the interior, upper 50s to lower 60s in your suburbs, and mid to upper 60s in your urban areas and right along the coast. For tomorrow afternoon, look for clear skies to scattered cloud cover, with high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 70s over the northern interior, lower to mid 80s along the coast. For Sunday, look for scattered cloud cover to clear skies in the morning, increasing cloud cover in the afternoon and evening, with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 50s over the interior, upper 50s to lower 60s in your suburbs, lower to mid 60s in your urban areas. High temperatures will range from the upper 70s to lower 80s over the interior, lower to mid 80s along the coast. On Monday, this is where our low pressure system starts to develop. Look for scattered showers. Some of those showers will be capable of heavy downpours. Now again, you see this signature right here? That is that low level jet. If it forms like this, and you basically get this fire hose of rain coming into the Jersey Shore and into Philadelphia. If that happens, then you basically have temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 50s over the far northern interior, upper 50s to mid 60s in your suburbs, and mid to upper 60s in your urban areas. Your high temperatures, though, won't go almost anywhere because you're going to have rain all day. But if it's more of a scattered nature, then we can expect high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. That essentially is going to be the same theme for Tuesday as well. Tuesday, you're going to deal with scattered showers all over the place. Low temperatures will range from the mid to upper 50s over the interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures will be dependent on just how well this low pressure system develops. If it produces widespread rainfall, then you're ending up basically in the lower to mid 70s everywhere. If it doesn't, if it's more scattered in nature, then upper 70s to mid 80s are more likely. On Wednesday, everything starts to clear out. We still have a few lingering showers here and there. Temperatures will range from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the interior, mid to upper 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the upper 70s to lower 80s over the interior, upper 70s to lower 80s along the coast, and lower to mid 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Thursday, another weak cold front will move through the region and stall out. And we're going to have to watch another wave of low pressure down here. It's starting to get interesting already for the month of August with these low pressure systems. Watch out for a few isolated showers. Low temperatures will range from the upper 50s to lower 60s. High temperatures will range from the upper 70s to lower 80s. And on Friday, look for scattered cloud cover with a few isolated showers. Look like this wave of low pressure will stay far enough off the coast not to produce any widespread rainfall, but we'll keep an eye on it. Look for low temperatures to range from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast, and high temperatures will range from the lower to mid 80s over the interior, lower to mid 80s along the immediate coast, and mid to upper 80s in the Delaware River Valley. That is your forecast discussion for today. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and as always, stay safe out there.